Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Sunday replay stream. Today's race will be the Wednesday race, Xfinity Series at Iowa Speedway. Didn't have a lot of cars show up for this one, but it was a fun race no less. We'll be getting ready to go here in just a minute. Once I get the rest of everything else figured out and set up. Start with the qualifying laps here. So the sponsor on my car is for a product from Nubby, an energy drink company. You can buy the powder, mix it yourself. Didn't do too well there in that corner. Anyway, but they partnered with Crunchyroll and are doing some flavors from an anime series on there called Solo Leveling. If you haven't watched it yet, I would recommend it. It is a pretty good show. They're in the second season right now. I've been thoroughly enjoying it. So that's what's with the anime characters on the car and things like that. Sending out a notification to a bunch of people, letting them know that the live is up, ready to go. If you would like to be added to the list of people that are notified when my streams go live, send me a message either on Facebook or on YouTube. Put it in the comments, or on Twitch if you're on Twitch. Just be mindful if you're on Twitch, if you comment, I can only see it during the stream. And once I'm done spamming this notification to all these people, I will advance to the race session and we will get underway with something that's actually exciting here instead of looking at an aerial view of the track. I'm 100% sure there is an easier way to go about all this, but right now, what I got works just fine for me, so we're going with it. I'm good with that. So let's move on to the race session here. Do it through fast forwarding instead of skipping up, because that way we can get the pace laps and everything. And here we go. As always, we'll set this to focus on most exciting. That way it's not focused on just my car the whole race. Gonna get rid of a camera here out of this group real quick. I'll do it in a minute once I see which one that is. Bear with me for a few streams here while I'm working on getting these camera groupings set up and everything. Probably going to be some times when the menu has to come up during the streams. I'll try to minimize when that's happening to where it's only happening during pace laps and such. But as you can see right now, we're looking at an empty track with this camera, so it wasn't really doing us any good. I do like that camera when it's showing, you know, action. Got a little Folds of Honor sticker on the rear C-pillar or Gage's car there. Another sponsor that I run in some races. We'll be racing at Michigan International Speedway this week, and I will probably have that sponsorship back on my car for MIS because one of the other sponsors on there is for a golf course that is in the state of Michigan. It's a great place to go if you golf and you find yourself in Michigan. Go check out American Dunes. Great place to go. Lots of stuff there that'll change your opinion on just playing a game of golf. So here we go underway. Green flag has dropped. And I'm going to pop back into the YouTube chat over here. That says get that podium again. Well, you see me spinning out back there. Track does get better as the night goes on, but here in the beginning, early stages, it was pretty loose. Real easy to do that. And I'm now just kind of all by myself because I spun down far enough where the caution didn't come out. And I'm just kind of running by myself back there, so you probably won't see much of my car here on the most exciting selection. See, way back there in turn 4, I'm kind of all on my own back there right now. The boomer text. It does get better for me as the night goes on. It gets better, it gets worse, it gets a little bit of everything. But the end result isn't bad. I will take it and be happy with it. I've struggled all week practicing for this track. I just couldn't find any grip. I couldn't find any traction. You see Brandon there getting loose. It was a slick track. Even once the night came on and it got a little grippier, it still was pretty slick. So it gets better, but still a hard race. Had a good time with it though. And that's really what it's about, is just enjoying it. I gotta look at this as something I do for fun. If I try to make it too much like work, I'm not gonna have fun with it. So while we're under this yellow here, I'm gonna see if I can't get that camera to populate and know which one it is so I can get rid of it. I do have to admit there are some good-looking cars in this series. A lot of really nice paint jobs. I like the gold leaf number on Gary's 72 there. And the 17 here has a reflective silver finish in the number. There it is right there. That is pit lane 0. We're getting ready right now. There we go. For reference, I create my own camera group here. I downloaded one that somebody else made and then go through and create groups out of their improved camera files. So it takes a little bit of work to get everything figured out. By next season, I should have the tracks figured out and shouldn't be having to deal with all that stuff on a race by race basis. Also, during the week, this week, while I'm practicing for Michigan, I'll try to get the camera groups preset for that so we're not dealing with that on the stream for that one. Yeah, and there was a lot of examples to learn from this week. That rear-facing camera you can see on the back of the 33 there is the easiest one to see. On the just underneath the spoiler towards the left side of the car, there's a little black rectangle there. That's where that camera comes from. So I did try to get that aligned where it's in reference with that. But that's the real world camera that I'm trying to emulate there. We've also got the cameras on the roof. You see the bulge on the roof there, as well as some in-car cameras and some static cams on the track. Trying to get as many of them as I can that seem like a real NASCAR broadcast into the mix. Lights are off on the pace car, and as we go green, I'm just going to be quiet for a minute and let you soak in the sound of the cars. Once again, showing a camera where the cars aren't even on the track, so that's a waste of time. And that's why I leave that camera group in there. I love the way it's like right up against the wall when the cars come by and it actually shakes, just like an actual broadcast. As far as the inclusion of the detail for the cameras, yeah, they laser scan the cars, so everything that's on the car is accurately displayed on the model for the car. We'll do the same with the tracks, so every bump and groove and everything is there. And if you're looking while we're down here in turn 1, you might see the cars bouncing around a bit because it is a very bumpy corner, a transition between 1 and 2. Racing has come a long way with the games and the sims since, like NASCAR 98 and stuff that a lot of people probably played back in the old days, where everything was just smooth and fast and grip was everywhere. I don't know, I've never driven a NASCAR Xfinity Series car at Iowa, so I can't say for the total realism, but it definitely feels a lot more real than the old games ever did, so. Also, if the noise coming through my microphone is echoing like the car sounds and stuff, I do apologize for that. I don't have that coming through my headset, so close call there, I'd say. Whole bunch of us getting into a wall there. Goes to show you, half the field hits the wall at the same turn. The grip just isn't there right now. We're all struggling to make the cars fast. Yeah, I think there were more than 3 of us slapping the wall there for a minute, Brandon, but yeah, it was, I'm about to remove this camera. This is driving me nuts, because it only wants to show it when there's nobody there. How's Indy going? Oh, I thought they started at noon. Look, it was on board my car for a second. She didn't destroy her car. That's pretty impressive. Hopefully she found a place to get it. Well, my car is certainly getting a lot more airtime this time than it did last week, so I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. This is the part where I was pissed because you two were holding me up and blocking. Well, I wasn't trying to block anybody. I was just trying to keep the car from going sideways. All I could do was spin. And I felt that way quite a bit during this race too. Every time I'd get a run on somebody, I couldn't make it stick because there was nowhere for me to go. Yeah, we're losing that camera group too. Not dealing with looking at an empty track. And there's me in the wall again. made a habit of that. Probably should have set up a counter during the stream that added a number every time I hit the wall, just to see how high I got. Hogging up the only two usable lines, but both of us wanted the next position. I love how you're the only one who didn't change their sports theme out. Yeah, tires were a big thing on this one. They were definitely wearing faster than I would have liked them to be. Well, who else is Iowa going to cheer for in baseball? You'd think, being nothing but cornfields, that half of the freaking MLB would be in Iowa. You know, good question. Why rotate tires if they're constantly rotating anyway? Funny, Chicago probably has more fans outside of Illinois than they do in it for pretty much any of the teams right now. Gotta keep the wear as uneven as possible, so I only buy one tire at a time. See, that makes perfect sense. If they all have the same wear level, then you don't have any stagger in the car. Yeah, which once again surprises me how few teams there are in the Midwest, because there really ain't nothing else to do but learn how to play sports. You might as well have a team. I think by the age I am now, I've learned to stop rocking around in my chairs, but just about tilted a little bit. Yeah, IndyCar and NASCAR definitely have more tracks in the US than sports teams do. I'll never forget my first time going to this track in particular, and then coming into the infield and being greeted by corn growing inside the racetrack. Really speaks to the main income bringer of the state. Of course, I'll also never forget how many times I had to leave this track to go to heavy-duty equipment service centers to get parts for our trailer for the hauler so that the guys could make it back to Alabama afterwards. Because we had a real problem with burning up wheel bearings in that thing. So. Watching the IndyCar series here was entertaining, though. Oh, that truck stop right outside the track. You mean the one I slept at before I started working at Xfinity? This was the first track I did Xfinity with. No, but I did sleep at the truck stop right outside this track. That's right. It was before the ARCA race, though, because we got in early. I think Kentucky was my first Xfinity race. I don't know. I've got my credentials and passes and everything for the first race in storage, so I'd have to look. Pretty sure Kentucky was my first Xfinity race. I forget what track it was at, but I went to a McDonald's for breakfast before the ARCA race. And while we were in there getting breakfast, Martin Truex Jr. came in and got food. It was like him and his whole crew. Really can't remember where that was that happened, but far from the only time I've met any of the big Cup Series guys, but probably the only time I've met one not at the track. If you want a real interesting story, ask my brother how meeting Dale Earnhardt Jr. went for him. Once we get back under green, I'm gonna go AFK for just a quick minute and go get some food. It's lunchtime. And normally I would eat before the stream, but I was playing a little Call of Duty and lost track of time, so got all this set up just in time to go live at my normal time. But I like watching the restarts, so I'm gonna watch that first. That was funny. I had to use up my fast repair super early in this race because I spun out. So I didn't have my fast repair, and as many times as I got into the wall, I kept taking damage. So the first couple of pit stops that everybody does, I'm coming out in the back every time because I'm taking extra repairs, trying to keep the car in as good a shape as I can so I can keep up. Yeah, I think in the future for the short tracks, I need to figure out a way to put a tracker on that shows how many times I hit the wall. That would be fun. There's a bunch of us getting it there again. Everybody's on fresh tires now. Cars handle a little bit different. And if Colton and those guys had one more car to their team, they would have had half the field here. I'll be back Now we're yellow again, and I missed what happened this time. You know, I want to run a series that runs that IRL1 or whatever it is. That thing's fun to drive, but I can never find any populated events for it. The like hybrid IndyCar slash Formula car slash completely just wild thing. What brought this yellow out? I didn't see it. I was putting food in the microwave. Yeah, the IRL one is loads of fun. I would actually I would love to do a series on that. Race that on an IndyCar schedule. Bingo, Raptor. Can you guess what flavor? Oh, the replay is going pretty good. Nah, Raptor actually got the flavor right. This time I do have the pepperoni pizza ones and not the steak and cheese. I did not go to Walmart. Meyer doesn't carry the steak and cheese ones. Got one to green. I'm not sure what caused this caution. I missed it as I was putting the food in, so. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that monstrosity of a word that I know is supposed to replicate Walmart. Now, boys, no fighting in chat. We're all friends here. Oh no! I'm glad that wasn't me. I did do something very similar to that earlier. That's why I don't have a fast repair anymore. If there's anybody watching on Twitch right now, they're really confused as to what I'm saying half the time because I'm monitoring YouTube chat and not Twitch, but Twitch doesn't have any chatters right now, so. Oh, I don't have my trackers on right now. Can't get them on either. I don't have like the score ticker across the top of the screen or anything like that shown on this one. I messed up. But the only way to turn them on would be to interrupt the stream, and I don't want to do that, so. You're monitoring laundry. I thought your chores were done already. I was just going to ask how Indy was going. Oh, man. I think we should start an IROC 2.0 series, except instead of the International Race of Champions, it's the International Race of Crashers. And our first contestant's going to be like Lance Stroll. You can compile the rest of the list yourself. I'm sure you're thinking of a lot of the same names I am. Just put 10 of the worst drivers on track together in cars they're not familiar with, and you'll see the chaos that ensues. Be like a real-life bottom split lobby. Oh, Colton sideways. Like I said, I'm sure we're thinking of a lot of the same names. Most of them I'm not going to say out loud because people will hate on me for it, but... Danica Patrick can be the pace car driver. See how many times the pace car crashes too. 17. Oh yeah, no, you're right. Stenhouse should be in there too. I don't even know who drives the 17 car anymore. I haven't been paying attention to numbers. But yeah, we can have Stenhouse, Danica, Lance Stroll. Me, as long as we're racing at Iowa. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you right now, Brandon. Hints aren't gonna help because, like I said, I haven't paid attention to anybody's numbers. Like, if they have a different number than they had 4 or 5 years ago, I probably forgot who you are by now. I'm sure I know who it is, and I'm gonna feel like dumb when I see it. There's been too many changes for me to keep track of in the last few years, and I just haven't bothered trying. Wow, it's like there's a lot of cameras in the real fast just now. Ah, Busher, yeah. Yeah, my brain is so out of tune with the current NASCAR lineup that when you say Texas, my brain's like Terry Labonte? There's no way. I still watch NASCAR. I just don't follow it just because I used to anymore. Like I said, too many changes, too many things are different than it used to be. And I'm not saying it's not good. It's still fun to watch, but it's not what it was growing up for me. Most of my longtime favorites have either retired or gotten slow, and I can't find myself the willpower to root for most of the young kids, even though they are technically the future of the sport. Feels like a lot of them haven't earned it yet. I guess if I have to pick somebody, I'd probably pick Chase Briscoe just because I know him. At least somewhat. Because he was dominating ARCA when he was running over there. Or if you're hearing a bunch of random noises, it happens. You know, there's an old superstition in racing that green's a bad luck color. But if you look right now, all three green cars are in the front. All the black cars are in the back. Yeah, I couldn't decide either. It was either Hot Pockets or chicken patties. Hot Pockets were faster, so Buffalo Chicken Mac. That don't sound bad. Looks like an old super speedway race. Everybody's broken up into pairs. Caution coming out. Okay, so that was stage break, I think. It's funny watching the actual screen, my YouTube screen and my Twitch screen all show the same thing, but they all show it at different rates. Twitch by far is the farthest behind everything. That restart maybe didn't go quite to plan for some people. Love that you can see the reflection of the pace car's flashing lights on distant objects. Stop showing empty cameras. I like that camera when it's working. And right back to it again. Bouncing off the wall again. About to have to remove my favorite camera from this entire broadcast because it only wants to show it when the cars aren't there. Off two there. fallen back into obscurity. But a caution is going to save me from that. With as much time as I spent in the back, my end result for this race was a lot better than I expected it to be. A lot of that came from luck. A lot of luck and some patience and a little bit of strategy play towards the end too. Which again, that strategy play boiled down to luck. Because I was counting on something that may or may not have happened, and if it didn't, I was going to finish in the back. Pop-up window here. 126 out of 175, so about 50 to go. Like I said, I don't have my trackers up on the screen, the tickers and stuff like that. I forgot to open them before I did the replay, so I have to pop that open to see where we're at on lap count every once in a while. Kind of get a feel for what's left and how much time this has got left on it. Flip the number on my roof around too. It's upside down. Tried my best to stay out of that. Couldn't. Didn't get any visible damage from it. Did certainly affect me. The Twitch stream was just froze. YouTube, has it been going good still? Even though about half of this has been watching us go around the track under caution. Restarts were a little sketchy, if we haven't noticed by now. They either went good or real bad. Just bouncing back and forth between the rear cam on the same two cars. And a nice view of the empty turn 2. Because again, all of my favorite cameras like to show absolutely nothing, particularly under caution, so at least you're not really missing anything, but nobody turns on a race to look at a scenic view of an empty track corner. Was another relatively stressful race, as short tracks tend to be. a lot of time like on the edge of control with the car. Leave it a little too much in a corner and you go around or hit a wall. Don't give it enough and you lose a lot of ground. All about trying to find a decent balance, and that's something I struggled with most of the night. Which is why I spent most of the night in the back. All in all, though, it was a fun race, even though, like I said, it was a bit stressful. Can't really say I've done a race yet that wasn't fun when I look back and think about it afterwards, but during the race, there's a lot of times where I'm enjoying myself, but at the same time, I'm so focused that I don't realize I'm enjoying it, kind of deal. Or I am losing focus and struggling to stay focused, which is a problem I had a few races ago during the parts of the I was losing focus a couple of times. And then I'd start bouncing off the walls or losing a lot of ground or spinning out. I think that was at Milwaukee. See now from that whole package is very spread out. Big mix up there coming out of 4. Didn't really catch a good view of what happened there, but it looks like the 2 leaders got into it, and then the 2 behind them kind of ended up struggling through it themselves. And this is around the point in the race where those strategy calls start to take place a little bit. We're at lap 146, just shy of halfway for the last stage. And I think a lot of people here come in and they take their tires and fuel, and I was debating it, but I just took fuel only and did not take tires during this stop, which really ultimately could have cost me. But it ended up working out relatively okay, I guess. Tires with everybody else, I'd be on even ground with them, and being on even ground on them hadn't really done me any good, so not taking them really wasn't going to hurt me too much. I was either going to be in the back because that's just where I had been running, or I was going to be in the back because I was on older tires. But if I went with that option, towards the end of the race, I could take tires if we got another caution. And the reason, even though I didn't take tires, that I didn't come out ahead during that pit stop is, again, I had some damage to repair, and I let them do that. So my pit stop was a bit longer for damage control reasons. That was my defining moment, my strategy moment right there. 54 laps to go at caution, and I chose not to take tires right then and save them for a potential caution later, and maybe if I got lucky, I could have new tires while everybody else was on older ones. Maybe it would work out where I could gain some spots, maybe it wouldn't, but it was worth a shot. So from here, we'll get to see how that pays off or not. So I still have one set of tires left. Not sure if anybody else does or not. I did take a set early on when I spun out on my own and got some damage. I took a set early. So I'm not sure if anybody else still has a set left or not, but I know I do, and I plan on using I plan on using it. If not, just run in the back. It's where I'd been all night anyway. It wasn't really going to hurt my feelings any, you know? Once again, the restart doesn't go very well. Don't really get any laps in, and we're back under caution again already. And now I'm arguing with myself in my head, debating, do I come now, take these tires now, or keep holding out, which was ultimately the decision. I'm going to save these tires for as long as I can. Looking like time-wise, this will probably run till about 2 o'clock for the replay. And after that, I'm going to go play some Escape from Tarkov. I've been really enjoying that again lately. More so the last couple of days than the few days prior to that, but we do see, like usual here, I've been all the way from the front to the back of the pack, held almost every position that first heat. It's pretty typical on short tracks that I'm all over the place, position-wise. Typically, I tend to fall back on those times, not really try to defend position too hard, try to keep it clean, and let other people run their own race and make their own mistakes and pick up the spots from there. Got the wall, the car next to me was too close for me to move over. I tried to get down. I didn't think I was going to get him. I didn't get down enough. So that kind of messed up his run a little bit. I thought that I had made it down far enough. With the amount of things that were happening in such a short time right there, all I can say is I did my best, and I'm sorry. Actually, I miscounted laps. I had that last stop where I said I was fixing damage. That is where I put tires on, and I don't think anybody else did, which is why I came out so far back. For some reason, I was thinking this was a 200 lap race. It's only 175. That's my fault. This is where we get a decent run, at least I guess I could say. Here in a couple of laps, I get a radio message. It's one of my favorite ones to date. Something along the lines of, I'm going to fight you with everything I've got. To which I replied, me too. The fact that I was on newer tires, I would say, watching this, he really did fight with everything he had. Short of being dirty. with that being said about my race length correction and figuring out where I'm at, we will be done much sooner than I thought. Probably 10 or 15 laps or so left right now, if even that. And a lot of it was spent looking in my mirror, because I knew there was some cars charging behind me. Just as much as looking in my mirror and seeing the guys coming behind me, I wanted to try to catch the guys in front of me. It wasn't really happening, but I had to try. And the two cars you see in front of me are first and second place. I am in third. 33 is fourth, and 83 is fifth. Sixth, C seventh, so I don't know who that is. So the 72 is in the front, and I can't tell if that's the 00 or the 88 in the second, but whichever that is, the other one would be seventh, and then the 51 and eighth. And that's all 8 cars on track. Pretty good amount of ground on lap by lap. Okay, so the 88 second, the 7, 51 miles. Could be wrong about that. There goes the 88 around the green, 72 back to the inside. Watching them battle, I really wanted them to keep fighting each other hard, because it was very hard to catch them, but not fast enough. White flag is out, last lap. Looks like they've settled their battle and are sure of where they're finishing. 72 is not going to give up, but the 88 feels pretty confident. And he's going to come across the line in first, 72 second, me third, and 33 fourth. Really see what's happening behind all that. I don't know where they all finished, but all in all, for a car that spent most of the race in the back 3 positions to finish third, I'm happy with that. The race results. Okay, so it's the 88 first, 72 second, me third, 33 in fourth, 17 fifth, 83 sixth, 51 seventh, and the 00 21 laps down in eighth. All in all, fun race, good time. Like I said, we're racing Michigan International Speedway, one of my favorite tracks of all time, and my home track. This week, Wednesday, in the Xfinity Series. And then I want to say it's IRP for the mini stocks on Thursday. I'd have to check the schedule to be sure, but either way, it's going to be a good couple races. So looking forward to those. Xfinity Series stream Wednesday at 9 p.m. Thursday at 8:30 p.m. for the mini stocks, both on the same platforms. And other than that, that's all I got. I hope everybody has a good day. And now I'm going to go play some Escape from Tarkov. Enjoy.